Welcome to Conversations with LaShawn. Thank you for having me this afternoon. I'm here to talk about a topic of Are You Still There? The reason why I call it Are You Still There? There are people that you meet in life or just friends or whoever you're in contact with. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's seen this or been around people like this. I don't want to make this a judgmental video, because it's not. It's just a person that's trying to help somebody, and that person has become dependent upon them, and that dependency has become a weight in your life. It's a danger trying to help somebody that don't want to help themselves. You can't continue to give the same people the same advice more than I'm not even gonna say 2 times, because 2 is not that's okay number. But when you're dealing with people that you gotta continue to talk to them over and over about the same situation, and they was in this place 5-10 years ago, and when you see them now, they're still talking about the same, oh, my situation this and my situation that, and I don't know what to do, that's going to become a weight, or has already become a weight. And that situation is going to be tough, because you're going to find yourself kind of winging away from them, or you're just going to sit there in a pity party with them, and it's going to eventually, if you stay long enough, it's going to eventually pull you down, and you guys are going to be, nobody's going to be dependent on nobody, because both of you guys are going to be on a very, very low place. That's a danger, because nobody can help nobody at that point. You shouldn't let nobody pull you down in a place where you can't pick your own self back up. That's a situation where you got to give that to the Lord, or you got to let them talk to a pastor or an official on a spiritual height, because and like I said, they may not. Some people just gonna keep coming to you with the same thing. They're never gonna change. They don't want to change. They're gonna be who they are, and you're just wasting your breath and wasting your time. Learn how. And there's other instances where I've seen people, females, where they control their spouse, so they just like to be in control of the kids or whatever the situation be. After a while, that's gonna really wear you out, because that's what it is. And you'll find yourself, I've heard people say, I don't understand why he just don't get it. I don't understand why the kids just don't get it. I don't understand why they don't get it. Well, they don't get it because they've been dependent on you for years, of you telling them how to do things and what to do and how to run, and you running their lives. So when it's time for them to get out and do things, they don't know how to do it. They're going to come to you, and this is maybe a time where you're like, well, I'm exhausted, and I'm just having a bad day, and why don't you figure it out? Well, they can't figure it out, because they're used to you figuring out all their problems for them. And that's a danger. That's a big danger for a parent, a spouse, or what have you, because you're going to have to be controlling them the rest of your life. And the scary thing about that is you pretty much become their Lord. That's a very scary thing. You have to really watch that. It's time to, move on when it gets to the point to where, back to what we were talking about, the dependency thing. It's time to move on when they're draining you. They're taking so much out of you, to the point to where you're no longer good to yourself. And nobody wants to be around somebody that constantly complains all the time about their problem, about what they got going on. It is the most exhausting thing, and you can lose really good friends that way. Like, really, you could really have a really trustworthy, confident friend that you've had, and you really, you trust them, but on the other hand, you don't want to wear out a good loyal friend or whatever, because when you just see them just disappear and you don't know why, it's definitely something there. It needs to be talked about, and there needs to be change on the person that's being dependent all the time. There definitely needs to be a change on your part. You got to find a way to pick yourself back up. But on the part where the person that's doing the help, you have to stop. There comes a time where you have to stop. You have to just say, I can't do it anymore. And sometimes you're going to receive backlash from that. You really, you can find out how that person really is. If they really and go off in a uproar, and you already know they weren't your friend anyways. It's all about what they can get out of you and use you or whatever. As far as the person that becomes dependent on you, they don't understand that you love them, but you really have to, you gotta let them go. And that level kind of worn out what you trying to help them, because you can't help everybody. Some people you just gotta let them go. You gotta put them in God's hands. Don't feel bad about it, because if real help they need, they would have taken the advice the first time. Or if you can't help them, you're just not the person. God will send somebody in their life to help them. So don't feel so bad about that. And keep praying for them. Keep loving on them. But sometimes you have to just distance yourself or separate yourself when it's to the point where it's draining your spirit. You're no good. When this person comes around you, it's woe me. Or when this person is in your presence, you can feel it. Like they're never happy about anything you're going through. They're never happy about anything. They see you doing something or rising or got a promotion or something like that. It's always that's a danger, because that's really jealousy. Jealousy turns to envy, and envy turns to bitterness, and bitterness, you know what bitterness turns to. And people can really go on a level where they'll I've seen people kill people when they're over bitter. But you have to watch out for those things. You have to find a place and pick yourself back up. Don't let yourself get so low to the point to where they pulled you all the way down, because you got to continue to keep giving the same advice, because it gets after a while it just gets ridiculous. You're like, God, Jesus, you're still in the same place you were in years ago. Why you not changing? And the thing is, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work. They want, I'm not gonna say everybody just don't know what to do. There are some people just fearful to make that next step, because there is work involved. You're gonna have to do a lot of spiritual work, and you're gonna have to do some physical work too, but you're gonna have to do a lot of spiritual work and a lot of mental and emotional work. You're really gonna have to pull your place out of a pity place. First of all, people that pity all the time, they only think about themselves. Woe me all the time. So you really have to work on, they're gonna have to work on pulling themselves out of that situation. That's a hard thing to do. And first of all, it's a choice. They have to make a choice that I'm not gonna live like this no more. I'm not gonna be the victim. I am going to be the victor and come out of this with victory. But a lot of people don't think like that. They're kind of stuck in first gear, and they cannot shift to the next gear. And they think when they see somebody else and see them in their good and in their happy, that it was easy for them to get there. And sometimes they think they haven't been through anything, but oh yeah, that person has been through some things. If somebody's on the level where they're climbing, there's some things to that. There's some tests that come with that. And a lot of people don't understand that you can't just jump on somebody's coattail when you see them going somewhere. You got to do your work, put your work in. Stop being dependent on a person and thinking a person can help you rise to the occasion and help you get to this level and get to that level. No, it's a personal work. It's a self work that you got to do. You have to learn to pick yourself back up. So on both ends, with the dependent person, you've got to find a way to get out of that slumber, to get yourself picked back up. And then the person that's doing the helping for the dependent person, you have to learn how to separate yourself where you can, and you got to use strong love. Oh, I almost forgot that. It has to be strong love. It comes to a point to where you're still in the same place you were in a while back. Now we got to make a decision. Listen, if you're going to be in my life, you're going to have to, pick yourself up. You're going to have to take this advice. Because if not, I'm going to love you and always love you, but I'm going to have to just pray for you, because I can't help you anymore because you're not helping yourself. So, because you definitely don't want to get to a point to where you're, it's for you down low. Both of you guys in the same place. Like, now you both need help, You both need help now. So you have to watch out for that, because a lot of people, people are going through things. A lot of people have, mental health challenges, and then some people just don't want to change, don't want to do nothing. They want the benefits, but they don't want to do the work. You have to be aware of that. And I've seen a lot of people, they've sat back a long time, and I'll say, went through the process, and the process was super long. And then, when you come out, the blessings kind of stack, and people, that are around you, and they feel like it's not happening for them, it should be happening for them too. So, just, be aware of that, be careful. But until the next time, you guys stay safe, like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can immediately be alerted when a new video comes. In the meantime, you guys stay safe out there and stay positive. Always be positive. Until the next time. Love you guys. Bye.